Good morning, people. I draw this as a representation of God, at least how I see God. And you just can have your own way. If you feel like you resonate with this, just keep following. Basically, God is something that is perfection. It's a creator. And I just represent here as light. Light has every color of the prism, like every color that exists. First, when I start, I put this in the middle because there's something in the middle missing, and I will let you know later what it is. So, to be honest, if I wanted to make it better representation, I would have done this as a circle, but now I will go with this. The God is like this big body. I'm not saying that this is like a necessarily looking like a body of human, we don't know, but it's like an forever existent, at least how I see that God is infinite. As we are not perfect, we are only representing very small detailed version of it. We are actually just the little particles of God. So basically little cells in this huge body. So for example, there is mission for every single one of us. And I also now try to explain why it's so important to follow our own unique, important mission and own unique path. And what is actually trying to mislead us from our path is evil, enemy of the soul. We can call it Satan or Lucifer or whatever, you get the concept. Anti-God. I try first to explain what we are in this concept and what is God and what is actually Christ. So just a moment, I will have to start to draw what I mean that we are like these little puzzle pieces or cells. Actually, I think I can try to explain while I'm drawing, as this will take time. But yeah, we are these little particles of God. God has created us as a particle of it. I don't know how to explain it better, but yeah, we are like these little different kind of particles. And this is actually what I'm drawing now. You can see actually from these that every single particle has a little bit different color and different shape and form. So that's actually like we have different kind of mission. And we look different, we are different, we act different. These particles are more violet or lilac. And what comes to the colors also due to our soul mission. Let's play, for example, that this particle, his or her mission is to do something with an intuition, because the color of purple is this mystical and more spiritual realm, and they can use it whatever shape or form. This here can be, for example, person who is a priest, or this can be the intuitive healer. These people here, they have similar kind of mission, at least like soul level, they have like this spiritual aspect is very highlighted. Instead, when I was drawing, for example, blue ones, I myself resonate lots of color blue, actually very light blue. In the past I was feeling a little bit more here, but actually I didn't feel like that was my purpose. But if I have to put myself somewhere here, I would put like very, very light blue. And yeah, for example, this one. So blue colors are all about communication and creativity and expression. People here, their sole mission is to express their visions. I have to jump a little bit different form if I want to same time explain. Color green people, if we are talking about chakras, color green is a color of heart chakra, which is all about love and compassion. So people who are representing lots of this color green or greenish color, their mission is due to love. And color green is more a grounded color. When we go from these to here, it gets more ethereal. And the concepts are more, this is very earthy, and it comes a little bit more heavenly. And not heavenly, but you know, when we are speaking about elements. What these cells has to offer, spread love, for example. It can be different form. They can be healers, consults, they can be whatever. But also, like when we are speaking about the spectrum, you can also spot that maybe some of these are more bluish side, for example, green, yellow. For example, here is the same thing. Sometimes when we are also lost, we can be a little bit different space, but I will explain it later. That story comes also for this Lucifer and when soul is a little bit lost. And I think this will take so much time to. When it comes to color red, it's all about action. Very bold people. Their mission here is to act. If you compare, for example, to color purple, the purple people are more like you can imagine this kind of oracle or, as I said, priest or some kind of person who has the mission of connect with the source or like spread this heavenly information. It's very, very different. For example, what comes to these red people, of course, if you are around here, around the area of here, it's very different. But these people are more act-based people. So what it means, it can be like they can have this urge to act on things that are bothering, or they can have this soul mission to fight for the rights, for example. But these can also be people who are adventurous. Summarizing, they are very action-oriented people. And the color yellow, which is the solar plexus chakra, for example, it's more, these people are more self-expression, they know their worth, kind of people who, and their mission is to, they can be very artistic or performers or these kind of self-confident people who are also helping others to be very self-confident. And as I said before, when I'm drawing this now, this is when everything is aligned. And this is these people here in this picture now, they are in their right places. I will show in other moment how it's going to be when they are not in the alignment, because then this picture will be very, very different. Maybe I can start to demonstrate a little what is going to happen if you are not in your right spot in this picture. I used to dislike so much when people were trying to copy not only my own but also others' paths. So basically they were seeing like, oh, this is cool and I want to do this. And that's happening in the world very much. So we are seeing something that pleases our eyes, or we can see that thing or what the other person is doing is benefiting them, and we are actually thinking that that same thing would make us happy. And that's the huge mistake that we are doing, because those things that are not meant for us, they are not making us in long-term happiness. People who are copying other people's paths and they are not actually knowing what their own path is, they are misleading themselves. And not only them, now we come to this Lucifer and the soul enemy, anti-God, whatever we call it. It's misleading. So basically the material world is coming between God and that person. Because the person is seeing something outside. So for example, it can be other person, it can be money, it can be fame, it can be beautiful person, you can name it. And they are thinking that that thing is making them happy. And that's actually the plan of the Satan, to mislead us to away from God. So basically what is material, it's coming from outside. So instead that we are trying to live other person's dream, we should try to find our own. They don't know their uniqueness. They are not appreciating that they are, hey, actually very unique individual who has their own place. Not coming to my place because that's my spot. Then we come to this situation. For example, this red spot is admiring this violet spot, Lila. Seeing the world like, oh my God, I want to be like this other person. And it's leaving its own spot. Actually, it can't never be in this spot because it has already misled. So this Satan or outside forces are coming and saying like, hey, you want this, because they are like so, for example, in this case, very intuitive, spiritual people, and that's what's something that you want. And this red spot is coming to this violet spot's place. What happens? Where is this violet spot going? It has to find something else. You see? The violet spot is going somewhere else. For example, here, yellow spot. And there is yellow spot, which is like, hey, where I'm going now? This lilac spot was taking my spot. So basically, this whole picture is going to become like a broken glass. Everything is mixed, everything is out of order, dis-ease. So basically what the Lucifer, what this anti-God is disorganization, dis-ease. And we as a human, we can see dis-ease as a disease. Everything is connected, even verbally. So every time we are trying to find the answers from outside, we have to question ourselves, are we misleading ourselves? Because there is only one way to create perfect harmony in this world, in the God, and it's honoring our own unique path. Not trying to copy others, but going through our own unique path and trying to find the answers within, not outside, because outside there is only material world. You are a particle of God, the Christ consciousness also, and I come to that a little bit later. The answers has already within you. It's in your DNA. And some of us are so lucky that I'm not that lucky person, unfortunately. But some of us are so lucky that we already, when we are young, we know our path. I know the person who is fascinated about horses. Those people never sacrifice their path. They, even though like sometimes we can mislead ourselves from our path, but those people who has been actually honoring their unique path since forever are always coming back. Those people are so lucky. Not only lucky, but they really know what they're meant to do here. Not maybe consciously, but their soul is so evolved that they kind of have the sense that, hey, this is my thing. And they are following that urge to do those things all their life. But what about those people who has no idea what's their mission? That's a little bit problematic, because those people are always looking for money or wealth or this drama for their life. Perfect partner, perfect this and that. They don't know what they actually want because they have lost themselves in the process. And maybe when they came to this earth, they actually didn't know them, their mission. But everybody has the mission. But not everybody actually, unfortunately, in this lifetime find it. How can we find our own place? How do we, as these little pieces, know where to go? We actually have the map already as in human beings. And in my past, I didn't understand that actually that map has already came here. God actually came as the form of human being, as the little particle, to help us to navigate what is our path. And because we are humans, we are these little cells, we don't see this big picture. Of course, how this little cell can see this whole if it's so tiny? Well, as God is the perfection itself, it has his ways to explain people, hey, where is your place? So basically we have to be able to ask that question, what is my place, from the right source. If we are asking that from outside, from, for example, this cell is asking from this cell, hey, where is my place? Of course, this cell can help. This person can help this cell that, hey, actually your place is somewhere here. But as this person has already different mission and color than the other one, it has the reflection of its own viewpoint, so it can maybe say that, hey, yeah, you are belonging somewhere here, because it always reflects its own worldview. So we can always ask help from the person, but we have to see that that person has their own way of seeing the world. So we shouldn't take any of other people's opinions or guides as the total fact. So even the person wants genuinely help, they have their own agendas, not necessarily bad way agendas that they are wanting to harm us. No. But they see the world through that color. That, and even like these two has different colors, even they are like next to each other. But what I mean is, we have already the guidebook. I was also already like many years not understanding that. That guidebook, it was coming here as the form of person. I have to check if the phone is still recording because this took so much time. We have already this guideline, the map. And it's kind of like what towards we are going through.